So let's go ahead and take a look at the particle forces here. We've looked at this before, is that in terms of what they do, just remember that you can say by gravity, you can say that you want something up or down. If you say 0, then it's basically just saying whatever the speed is coming out. So for instance, our speed right here would actually be telling it what how fast is coming out from it. So if we were to change the speed and make it go a little faster, then we're changing those pieces to it. All right. Along with the gravity, let me go ahead and change that back to a little bit of a, we'll go back to our 2 that we had here. And then local space, world space, local meaning that it's going to follow exactly where this object is. World space means it's going to follow wherever it's being created. And by that, let me show you a quick way to see that. Is if I was to move this, when I move it in world space, notice that they get left behind wherever they're going. If we were to do local space, and this is more just kind of an overview in case you haven't used particles on it. If we did local space right here, then when I move it, I actually move all the particles together. So if you had a jet engine or something, or you had a flame that you wanted to make sure it stayed with the object, then you could do it that way. Alright. So we'll go ahead and change this one back to the world space. Then we have particle shapes. Particle shapes are a little bit different this time. We actually have several types. We have a box, box edge, cone, sphere, hemisphere, circle, circle edge, and edge. All of these provide a different series of features. Notice this one right here. I'm going to do a loop so you can see it a little bit clearer. When you have a spread of 0 and you have a loop mode, it's actually going to go all the way across, back and forth. Actually, loop does one, starts over again. But if we want to see this a little bit clearer, let's go ahead and take our emission rate, and instead of doing a burst, let's just go ahead and say that the rate is somewhere around 50, 60. That way we can kind of see what's going on with it here. Alright, so we have this shape just coming straight out. On the edge, it just comes straight out the sides like this. So you can scale it left and right to make it go further across. If I took spread up to 100%, it's only going to do it here, and then it'll jump over to the other side when it gets done, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, and then you can do the other, which is like if I do a percentage, then it'll just, as it's going across, it'll just do the different ones. Oh, that's what it is. If you do 100%, you want it to go back and forth, you can change to the ping-pong mode, and then it'll grab one end and grab the other end back and forth. Alright, and then you have burst spread, which just creates like the burst with the other one we did before. Along with this one, let's go ahead and do loop again. So you can see the circle edge here. The circle edge, we're going to add, let's see, let me increase the, oh, let's take this one down, there we go. Alright, so do circle edge so you can see it. So notice it's actually following the outer perimeter of a circle, which is within this area, so if you scale it up or down. And then we also have the gravity, that's why it's still pulling downward this way. If you do just the circle itself, it's actually going to be pulling from the inside and then going in. You can do ping pong, so again, you could do it where it hits and then it goes back the other way. You can change your speed, so if we wanted to do the circle edge and make it go really slow, then you get this. The arc amount is how far it goes, so 360, or if you wanted it just bounce back and forth in one smaller area, it'll go back and forth. Alright, so hopefully that kind of gives you an idea of just a few different ways that you can create with it. A lot of different fun patterns that you can make using the different shapes now. And then same thing even like for the box. The box is going to be how much comes out, but you also have a box edge, which actually can create just the edge around the shape itself as well. So if you have a tile inside of here that you're needing something else with, then you can use that. Alright, so that's going to be the particle shape. And then we'll do another video on the other parts over here. That way we can make sure we have enough time to spend with them.